Welcome to the Firearm Patriot channel. Today I'm out here shooting the ST9 TIG Special Edition from Kahr Arms. It's a little different car than you normally see. It has a special coating on the frame. It's blacked out slide. It has a couple extra features that most cars don't have. It's also, again, a special edition. We'll talk about why that is here in a little bit, but I really like it. I like how it feels in the hand, and I like how it shoots. So let's go on over to the bench and take a little closer look at this ST9 from Kahr Arms. Guys, I'm back from the range. A little bit too much gun noise out there to shoot this video, but we'll integrate some of the range video into this section of the video as well, so you can see the gun function and perform. I'm very excited about bringing you this Kahr Arms ST9 TIG Special Edition. They're only going to make 1,000 of them, and so if you want one, you better hurry up and get it. This is number 145. And they are at dealers now. I've seen it, several of them. So, you know, they are available. Now, this gun is done in conjunction with a nonprofit organization called Beyond the Battlefield. This is their emblem on top of the gun, just right before the back sights. And that particular nonprofit organization was formed by John Tiggin and his wife, Margaret, to help warriors assimilate back into civilian society without problems. Now, John's symbol is right here at the top of the slide near the front sight, and his signature is right here on the side with Semper Fi. Now, who John is he was one of the individuals that went to help people at the Benghazi embassy when it came under attack, and then went back to the CIA compound and defended it there for 13 hours. And if you've never seen the movie 13 Hours, I encourage you to rent it. So let's talk a little bit about the gun. We'll show you that it's unloaded. Nothing in the chamber. We've got an empty magazine here. It comes with two 8-round stainless steel magazines. They have a polymer base plate on them and a polymer follower. Now, one thing about Kahr magazines, they have a little steel insert right here, and that comes up and catches the slide stop on the last round to make sure you have reliable lockbacks when the last round goes out of the gun. I never had any problems with it here today on the range. It's been shooting fine with no issues. It's always locked back. So you do get two of these. Again, so that's a 9-round pistol. This is a 9mm striker fired pistol, double action only. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Now, the grip is kind of straight up and down, very much like a 1911. Very good grip angle. You see some stippling here on the back strap as well as on the front strap. There's also some stippling here on the side. I guess there's more checkering on the front and back rather than stippling, but the stippling's on the side. Now, something unique to this special edition is you have this cryptic typhoon coating over the polymer frame. This is my first experience with this type of coating, and I am very impressed. As you can see, it's in a kind of a snake skin. Looks very nice, and it almost gives it a kind of a rubber texture. You don't need any kind of traction tape or anything with this pistol. It's very easy to hold on to it, get a good grip, shoot it two-handed fast or one-handed. So we'll go ahead, let's integrate a little bit of range footage here, me shooting it two-handed and one-handed, so you can see that. Also, the controls on the gun function very well. Had no issues with the magazine dropping out of the gun as it's supposed to. It never did do it inadvertently. There's no magazine disconnect, and there's no external safety for you to have to fool with. And this is a defensive gun. It's not a it's a concealed carry gun in my opinion. It can also double as a home protection gun, because another feature that they have put on this gun that you don't see on most cars is this Picatinny rail. It is a 3-slot Picatinny rail, and I've put some very large lights and lasers on it, and it fits on there well. What I like about it, given the size of the gun, it's easy to reach the control. Sometimes on bigger guns, the light and laser activation switches can be difficult to get to. They're a little further away, but this gun is just kind of a perfect setup for that. No problem or conflict there with the trigger guard. It does have a rather narrow trigger guard, and again, that's back for concealed carry. Your magazine release button is blacked out, serrated. Again, that's another thing with this special edition. All the blacked out parts on this gun are the black armor Cerakote. So Cerakote's a great product. It's a ceramic product, and I've had really good results with it on other firearms that I have used. You also have a slide release right here. It's serrated as well. Kahr will tell you to go ahead and chamber the first round with that. It's also easy to operate and easy to use. It does make the gun a little bit wider right there at that point. Overall, the gun's a 0.9 inches. It's about an inch right there at that particular control. I really like the fact that it's a little bit taller with that 8-round magazine, again for a total of 9 rounds of 9mm, but you can get a full grip on it. It's 5 inches high and 6.5 inches long. Let's go ahead and show you a little bit of footage of me on the range running and shooting the gun, show the controls function okay. Another feature here you have that you don't have on a lot of cars is the fact that you have serrations in the front of the slide as well as the rear. They're very deep serrations. It's easy to operate. Cars with shorter barrels can be difficult to operate. There's no issue in operating this. Pretty much anybody can do it, and it seems to be a much softer recoil spring in it than on most cars, and I like that. I like to be able to make sure I can operate the gun. So that again to me is a bonus. The fact that it's easy to operate and you do have front and rear serrations. It's also beveled up front for easier holstering. You do get Kahr's double action only trigger, which is very smooth. It's kind of a rolling trigger, and it comes in about 5 pounds 5 ounces, and it's very easy to shoot. Now anytime I shoot a gun, pick one up, I pull the trigger back to see if I can pull the trigger back without moving the muzzle. This one, it's easy to do, and therefore you can get accurate shots. Another great feature of this gun is the 4-inch barrel. Most Kahr guns have smaller barrels than that. In fact, the S version of this gun comes with a 3.6-inch barrel. I like the 4-inch conventional rifle barrel. You can shoot lead through it if you want to, but it just gives you a little longer sight picture. And let's talk a little bit about the sights. The sights are 3-dot sights. Now normally on Kahr pistols you have a bar in the back and a dot in the front, and I really like those sights, but most people are used to the 3 dots. You also have combat sight on the rear with a straight up and down ledge, so if you need to work the slide one-handed, you can take that, rack it on your belt or something else. So very, very good. Let's go ahead and run some range footage of me shooting this out at 15 yards just to show you how easy it is to shoot with. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a few shots here with ST9 Kahr from 15 yards from the 2/3 IPSC silhouette target here. Okay, let's go ahead and talk quickly about the trigger. It is a long trigger, but again, very smooth, 5 pounds 5 ounces. And same long reset, but for concealed carry, Firearm works well for me. Again, the trigger does not seem to inhibit your ability to shoot targets at greater distances than what you would normally need to shoot with a concealed carry firearm. Sometimes the cars can be known for being a little bit difficult to take down. This is one of the easier cars that I have found to get the pin out to take it apart. Really, all you do, you have the takedown lever right here, and there is a tab, little mark right here on the frame, and then there's the one right here on this serration, at this front serration. You just line those up, and then you just push that out like that right there. From the other side, it's got a little bump over there, and just pull that out. Pull the gun in a safe direction, pull the trigger, slides right off. You know, you do have rails. These are steel rails molded into the frame and steel rails in the front right there. You have an offset lug right here, and that allows Kahr to put the barrel and the lug a little further down in the frame. This gun's a pleasure to shoot. The recoil is very easy to handle. Of course, you've got your striker block right there, and it's very easy to go back together. You also have this double smooth, double action trigger, which Kahr is known for. I've always been a big fan of Kahr firearms. So let's go ahead and put it back together, same way as you took it off. So we just go ahead and line those marks up again, and you just push the takedown lever back through, and there you have it. So one of the easier cars to take down, just seems to be a smooth process, and just a very good looking, well balanced. It really feels good in your hand, and we'll end the video with some shooting as well. But just a very impressive firearm from Kahr. Again, limited edition. Get you one while you can. With that being said, this is the Firearm Patriot. Till next time, God bless America.